Welcome back for another week of class. We're excited for this week. You know, early on, we made a lot of promises.
We made some serious promises.
Yeah. One of the promises was
math that makes you fall in love.
And I'm excited to say we are there.
Yeah, so, today we're going to deliver on that.
Yeah, this is that week. So you guys, make sure you comb your hair for class this week, because this is when things start happening. Yeah. Fireworks start happening in class this week.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I'm sure you've been looking for your spouse already, but it could happen. Anyway.
That may not be the love, but
no, it's a different kind of love.
Different kind of love.
Pete, question for you.
Yes, ask.
Have you ever had a chance to visit one of those world famous museums, and how was the experience?
Well, in 1993, I went to the Louvre where was it? Some small town called Paris.
Yeah.
The Louvre in Paris. So it looked promising because it's this big kind of triangular glass-shaped building.
World
kind
famous.
Of awesome. Yeah. And then you get in there and there's this like crowd of people looking at a painting. There's a barrier. You can't go past the barrier. And I'm like, kind of a plain girl named Mona. That's exciting. And then we're going down the hallway and all of a sudden there's, the feature is this statue and there's no arms and everyone's going nuts. And I'm just thinking, this is the worst day of juniors abroad. This is the stupidest thing ever. I don't know why everybody's making such a big deal of it. I want my $30 back.
So it's safe to say you really didn't have a great appreciation.
I had no love for the Louvre.
For the art that was in there.
No love for the Louvre.
Although it's, by most people, normal people,
normal
offense.
People. Yeah, sorry.
It's revered.
I am out.
Okay. Well, you and I are similar in this case. I lived in Russia for a lot of years, as you know, and we used to make trips up to St. Petersburg, and there's a place called the Russian Museum. I can still picture it. And they have these huge rooms, maybe like you experienced, with giant paintings on the wall. You can see an example of one here. And people would just sit on benches in front of these huge paintings and look at them for hours, because I'd walk through the room and not even notice the painting, and then come back a couple hours later and the same people are sitting there.
They're still there.
I'm like, did they fall asleep or what? But they're just appreciating this painting.
Yeah.
And I always felt kind of weird that I couldn't appreciate that. But one day I went to a painting called Greshnica by Ilya Polyanov. And I became fascinated with this painting to the point that every single trip we took to St. Petersburg for the next 10 years, I literally ran to that museum as quickly as I could and sat on one of those benches like the people I couldn't understand and looked at this painting, sometimes for up to an hour at a time, which is a long time for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there was something that you noticed that was captivating, that was magnificent.
So the question is, what changed?
What changed? I don't know.
Well, I think I finally had eyes to see something, and I saw something that I had never seen before. And once I saw that, I went from totally disinterested, maybe like you in the Louvre, to completely captivated.
Yeah.
I basically fell in love with the painting.
You couldn't unsee it.
That's right. So I had not known about it. I had not appreciated it. And then I fell in love with it. And what changed is my eyes.
Your eyes. So if we can change our lenses, the way that we view anything in life, it might make us love it. It might make us fall in love.
That's right. And this week, I'm glad to say that we are going to be taking a deeper look into math, extraordinary math, amazing math that is right there in front of us, like these paintings were for you and I, but we have been completely unaware of it.
Completely unaware.
And most people are unaware of it. And they're unaware of it because they're not educated or aware of it.
Yeah. So what kinds of things are you talking about?
Snowflakes, for example.
Snowflakes. Okay. Snowflakes. So they fall on the ground.
Yeah.
You pack them into a ball and you throw them at your friends.
That's their purpose.
That's it, right? I love that.
But if you have eyes to see snowflakes in a mathematical sense,
carefully,
every single arm of a snowflake is identical.
You mean they're not balls?
No, it's a perfectly identical image that is undamaged before they're damaged or touched. And the reason for that is mathematical. It's for strength. It's the bonds it's the symmetry of those bonds that makes them these delicate, fragile things be able to stay together. So it's a mathematical wonder. Although most people think they're for making snowballs.
Yeah,
they don't see it.
I would love to see it. So you're saying there's symmetry and there's design and there's intentionality.
I'm saying there's beauty. Yeah, I'm saying there's beauty. Another fun example. You look at a pine cone, and if you look at a pine cone like most people, you just look at a pine cone.
I always threw them.
Yeah,
we lived in the woods. We had pine cone fights.
But after this week in this class, you're never going to look at a pine cone the same.
Never
In fact,
gonna look
you're
at a
gonna
pine cone the
there
same.
should be a warning label on this class for this week.
Yeah, don't look too closely. You might fall in love.
Yeah, because I think your life's going to change as a result of what we're going to be exposed to this week. We're going to see that there's numbers that show up in nature. For example, pine cones have 5 spirals in one direction and 8 spirals in the other. All of them.
Spirals.
5 and 8.
5 and 8.
It's just numbers. And pineapples have 8 spirals in one direction and 13
8 and
spirals.
13.
8 and 13.
5 and 8, 8 and 13.
And daisies have 13 spirals in one direction and 21 spirals in the other direction. So
why
you're seeing
why
these
would
numbers.
I care about those numbers?
5, 8, 13, 21, 34. We'll go one more. Sunflowers have 34 spirals in one direction and 55 spirals in the other direction. 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, 89.
Are you just making those numbers up?
Well, I think we're going to find out this week.
We're going to find out
If
this
you look
week.
carefully at that sequence of numbers, you might notice something. If not, we're going to help
And
you
there's
notice
other
this week.
things. There's other things with spirals because I was just looking outside and there's a tree out there that drops these sort of, I don't know what they're called, but there's spirals there. Do you think I should count those? I noticed I was making dinner the other night. I saw spirals in my cauliflower. I didn't even want to eat it.
There's probably 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, or 89. There's not any spirals, a certain number.
Wow.
The bottom line here is that mathematics is the language with which God created the universe.
Neil, I think I'm in love.
I love you too, Pete. Don't tell my wife. Okay. But we want to help you see this language in the world around you so that you can have an appreciation for it. And that's the mission this week. So we're looking forward to it. We're going to have lots of fun, and we'll see you in class.